Kwentuhan, tawanan, ngunit maraming matututunan.
This is a podcast of empowered women empowering other women
Through conversations about growth
and wellness.
This is the Girlfriends Podcast. We are your hosts. I'm Marby.
And I'm Ayiek. Every Wednesday, we will be sharing tips about holistic wellness
and learning and professional growth.
Together, we will discover a happier
and a better version of you. So hey, girlfriends,
let's get the fun started.
All right. Hello. Are we live?
Good evening, girlfriends.
Good evening.
Yes, we are.
Are we? Okay. All right. Hello, girlfriends. Good evening. How's everyone? Welcome back, girlfriends. Yeah, I hope our girlfriends are well and safe because we starting this week we are back in ECQ, so sana po you're all safe, well, and are staying home. Walang lalabas. Just stay home.
Agree.
Okay. Again, welcome back, girlfriends. This is the Growth and Wellness Podcast. And again, my name is Marby, and I have here my fellow girlfriend Ayiek.
Hello, everyone. And of course, if you are new here, this is the Growth and Wellness Podcast where we are empowered women empowering other women. Ayan. And so, we are actually capping off our Unstoppable series, right, Marby? Share them more about it.
Yeah, this is the final Wednesday of the month of March. And if you have been following us, you know that this month is dedicated to all women, to all the girlfriends out there, because we celebrated the National Women's Month and of course the International Women's Day. We also celebrated that this month. So this month is really about women who are unstoppable. Right? Unstoppable because of so many things. And this month, we featured, different stories of women who have really shown how unstoppable they are in their lives.
True. And so, let's recap what we've had the past 4 weeks, right, Marby? We have, of course, our first one was Jocks, who, of course, have made and have shared, her unstoppable story through her passion. Right,
yeah.
Marby?
Yeah. And I think what I couldn't forget about what Jocks shared with us is that it's not really about your gender, because she has been working in a male dominated industry, right? And usually when you're in that kind of environment, you'd realize, you'd somewhat feel, especially kung bago lang, diba, you're not used to that environment, sometimes you'd feel that there's so many limitations because you're a woman, right? But at the end of the day, it's not about your gender, but about how you could deliver that job or how you could do that job, regardless, diba, kung lalaki ka or babae ka or whatever your gender is. As long as you can do the job, then you can be successful kahit saang industry pa yan. And you have a way to actually steer your career, diba?
Yeah, because I totally agree with what Jocks, how she have stirred, her career from marketing, right, to having her own IT business or company. So it's really inspiring. And then we've had, of course, our director from Creative Cartel Media, that's Gail, who has shown her unstoppable story through her grit.
Yes. And Gail is super young. That's what I really admire about her. Diba? Pero hindi porket young ka, limited ka na with opportunities. That's what Gail shared with us, right? Kahit bata pa siya, she is able to, really steer or navigate her career towards her passion. Diba? When she started in the corporate world, she eventually realized na parang I want to pursue na like my first love in the creative side and arts, etc. So and she made it happen. Minsan nahirap noon, 'di ba, Yik? To shift
True.
to, lalo na at the end of the day, you have bills to pay,
Exactly.
yung mga ganong
And
worries.
what Gail have shared is because of her passion. No, she was so driven into shifting, and learning about new stuff like directing, producing, and all these, things. The good thing about her is she have proven that passion is not enough. Passion will kick you start,
Yes.
but it's very important for you to hone your skills by educating yourself properly. That's why she took, right, a four
She
year
studied.
course, right?
Yes.
She
My
studied
gosh.
it exactly. So
Yeah.
girlfriends is very important for you to empower that passion by actually learning,
Equipping
and equipping
yourself, right?
yourself.
Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah.
I remember she even shared, Geek, na she was really sacrificing, 'di ba, a lot of her time kasi she was juggling both her job and studies. Ang hirap noon, right? So she was
Exactly.
really
And
unstoppable there.
she's a mom at the same
She's a
time.
mom as well,
Yeah.
exactly. So wala tayong reason because Gail did
True.
it.
Yeah.
We
Exactly.
can do it too.
Yeah. Before we continue recapping and reflecting from our
Mm-hmm.
previous guests, we should just want to say hi to everyone
Of
who's watching right now.
course.
Hello, girlfriends.
Hello,
We have Ria.
girlfriends.
We have your mom, Tita Ruby, of course. She's watching,
Hello.
and
Hi,
also
Ria.
Mark,
Hi, Mama.
our girlfriend Mark, who have watched a
Mark.
couple of our
Episodes. Hello,
episodes
Mark.
before.
And
Hello.
Luwin.
Oh,
Luwin
Lewin
is
is
our
here
batchmate from high school. Tama ba,
from high
Yi?
school.
From high
Yes,
school,
yeah, high
right?
school, Lewin. Hello, Lewin. And so,
Okay.
yeah, let's continue. We have our third guest, of course. This one is very unforgettable.
Oh, yes. Yes.
Hashtag
Yes.
unstoppable with my faith.
Yes.
Yes.
Definitely. Right. That's your compass. Your faith could really take you anywhere as long as you have, have strong faith.
AC is such really a woman of God. Very inspiring story, Like seeking, of course, our creator in everything that she does. And so success comes
Comes with it.
after. It's
Comes
actually the
after
fruit
that.
of her
Yeah.
faith. Right.
Exactly. That's been her guide. That's been her motivation, right? So that you'd be successful in different areas of your life. And I think that's a really good message, Ayik. Especially, with the situation right now,
Agree.
it's very easy to be negative, very easy to feel overwhelmed, so
Correct.
easy to be stuck, so easy to feel that nothing's going right,
Exactly.
everything's wrong, right? So you gotta hold on to that faith, to keep you going, to give you that strength that the what we have here couldn't provide.
Yeah. True. What how the saying goes is when everything or when all else fails, you should know who you will run to, right?
Yeah,
And this is
definitely.
really the perfect time. It's the Holy Week, and everyone is
Yes.
at home during the ACQ, right? So there's no excuse to get to know him more.
Yeah,
Yes,
the time to reflect, right? The
exactly.
time to strengthen that relationship with God.
Amen. Amen.
Yeah.
And lastly, of course, we have a life
Fresh and
coach.
fresh from last
Yeah,
week.
from last week. It's Coach Rachel San Pedro, right? After Miss AC Magdato was Rachel. And Rachel is unstoppable with her excellence.
Oh,
She's
yes.
been an achiever from like elementary, high school, and she have really soared high, proving herself all the way in her success in her career. Yeah.
Correct. And what I really liked about what Coach Rach shared with us was she thinks of excellence. She defines excellence as the way to balance your life.
Exactly.
It's not gonna work na excellent ka in one area. For example, you're excellent in your career, but the other
Agree.
areas are suffering, right? So it really has to be a balance so that you'd feel that you are accomplishing.
Mm, true.
Diba? It has to be a ministry of excellence. I remember what she shared
Yeah.
that time.
Excellence is a ministry.
Mm.
Sure, I agree with you. And for me as well, how do we apply excellence? excellence is actually a form of habit. That is what I have
Yeah,
reflected in her, right? You need to,
agree.
every small step, everything that you do on a daily basis, your routine, your habits, this actually reflects your excellence. And how
Correct.
will you be able to exceed, and be successful in whatever you will do? So,
Agree. And it's going to be a journey. I think that's
oh,
one of the things
yes,
that I learned with Coach
agree.
Rach, because you don't achieve excellence and then you're gonna stop there. Right? It's going to be a
Yeah,
continuous process. And
yes.
especially if you're trying to achieve many things, for yourself or for your
Mm-hmm.
family, it's really going to be a continuous process. You try to achieve something, you become good at it, and then you
Yeah,
set goals again and you become good at it. Diba? So
yeah,
it's really not gonna end. Kumbaga, hindi siya destination yung pagiging excellent eh. Like what
exactly.
you said, Ayik,
Yeah,
it's really more of a habit. It's you.
yeah,
It's your attitude towards how you do things.
agree. Excellence evolves, right? And so us being unstoppable.
Mm. Agree. So
So,
really inspiring stories from these amazing, unstoppable women. but while there are many women who are showcasing these successful stories, of course there are still many who are struggling, the especially
yes.
with the biases and the
Mm-hmm.
prejudices that the society dictates
Mm-hmm.
about women. It's very limiting, 'di ba? Ang hirap maging women because because of all these things.
Yeah. And since we are still, it's still March, we are still celebrating Women's Day. I remembered Marby and I have talked about this particular commercial from a drink brand, soda brand, which is Coca Cola.
Yeah,
Yeah. So would you mind, Marby, us playing it? It's actually a minute long. So
it's
I
alright. I
think
think
our
it would be a
girlfriends would
good
be,
reference.
would be interested in learning about this particular commercial. So yeah, let's all watch
Yeah.
it.
Hang on, Yik. Before we play that, go friends, if you have questions for me and Ayik, anything
Yeah.
about, how maybe related to the past episode or anything, please type it in chat or tama ba, comment section.
Yeah, comment
Put it in the
section.
comment
Sure.
section and
At
then
the
we'll come
bottom.
back to
Yeah.
those questions and we'll answer them after we watch this video.
Yeah.
Kababae mong tao, ang lakas ng boses mo. Kababae mong tao, ang brusko mo. Kababae mong tao, ganyan ka umupo? Kababae mong tao, palaban ka. Kababae mong tao, ginagabi ka ng uwi. Kababae mong tao, kaya kahit ano, kaya mo.
Nice. So, diba?
It's very inspiring.
So just like Coca-Cola, we will continue to empower women, diba?
Right.
Today and beyond. Oh, diba?
Exactly. And it
It's
doesn't
really
end
nice.
during the National Women's Month or International
Mm,
Women's Day, whatever Women's Day, whatever women's
exactly.
celebration that is. It doesn't end there. It's really an ongoing battle, I guess,
Mm,
for lack of a better term. But girlfriends know that, you being a woman is really not going to be a limitation.
exactly. Yeah.
Right. Ang daming ganyan, Yik, no, na stories. Did you
So,
experience that, Yik? you felt that you have been deprived of an opportunity, you've been ano ganyan, you lost an opportunity, or hindi ka na treated equally because you're a woman? Have you experienced something like
To
that?
to be honest, not really have lost an opportunity, but maybe being treated unequally. Yeah, because as you know, and as all the girlfriends know from the beginning, that I have shared that I've worked in the UAE, United Arab Emirates, for more than 6 years, and I went to a couple of leadership roles in there. And as you know, UAE is a Muslim country, right? And it's a very diverse country, to be honest. Like a lot of nationalities, a lot of expats. But then when you are a woman, um, who's a leader, of course, and your subordinates would be, shall I say, not just really like Muslim men, but men in general. They don't want to be led by a woman, right? And so whenever they are um, being instructed by me, for example, or if I'm gonna give like suggestions to them or learnings to them, even if they know that I have in my role, in my leadership, I have the capability to do my part or do my task or my job, but then you will not have the same acceptance, as to how they are actually um, accepting the role of like other managers who are men. You know? So yeah, and it was a continuous struggle.
Yeah, I can
Uh,
imagine.
yeah, I've had like two companies wherein ayun nga, I've had men. And then the rest are like women. Iba kapag women to women eh. So even if I'm into leadership with all women as my subordinates, it's truly totally different. So, yun. How about you, Marby?
Yeah, it must be tough. Ay, kasi lalo na ano, it's not just within the organization. I think medyo culture
Yeah.
siya eh, right?
Mm.
For me naman, not really about hindi specific being a woman, but more of being a mother.
Mm.
I remember when I gave birth to my third kid, and then when I came back to work, I was told by my manager, okay, Marby, hindi ka na muna bibigyan ng mga projects because you already have three kids. So
Oh.
during that time, actually medyo ano pa ako. I think it took time before I realized na tama ba yung narinig ko?
Mm.
I didn't react, negatively that time because initially I thought, okay, sige baka nga dapat hindi ako masyadong mag-take ng projects because, I have three kids.
Mm.
But later when I realized, why am I being limited to do these amazing projects that, personally I would love to do. I think it's going to do really great things for me in my career. I'm going to learn a lot. I'm going to meet a lot of amazing people, but I'm being limited because of the fact that, I have three kids. I
Mm.
think what I would have wanted, to hear back then was, so you have three kids now, and these are the projects that are available that we you could do. How do you think you could make it work? 'Di ba? Parang I was hoping sana na ganun yung conversation, na if you really want to um uh, uh, recognize what the potential challenges are for women or for moms, 'di ba? Think of a way around it. Hindi yung ililimit na natin sila just because we think or we assume na hindi nila kaya yung responsibility because
Exactly.
they have other responsibilities, 'di ba?
True.
So
Diba?
marami talagang face na challenges yung women. So it's really good that we have this kind of community to, to kumbaga push each other,
Yeah, true.
talaga
Lift up each
empower.
other.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because as what the commercial, have said, diba? Parang hashtag kababae mong tao. And we often hear this from people like
Mhm.
older or alam mo yun, from the opposite sex. I most of the time na
Mhm.
we do things that probably the society would say that we cannot do, or
Because you're a
we
woman,
cannot
'di
do because
ba?
you are a woman, right?
Mhm.
So we've had
Yeah.
yung isa, 'di ba? Like what really got me was yung kababae mong tao. ginagabi ka na or gabi ka na
Yeah.
umuwi. Parang ganyan. Because we often hear that, diba? But then we have seen the dedication of a mother, right? Not just a woman, but a
Yeah.
mother who have shown her passion into helping other people because she's a
Mm-hmm.
firewoman, but at the same time
Yeah.
really dedicating herself as a mom too. And
Exactly.
so, go friends, hindi dahil kababae mong tao, you're limited to do things that
Correct.
society is not, is telling you not to do.
Mm-mm.
Okay. And so, yeah,
Yeah.
look at Marby and I have shown, our spirits to pursue and persevere regardless of what limitations people are telling us. So,
Dahil
nice.
kababae kang ano ba
Kababae.
yung tawag doon? Kababae mong
Ma-
tao, so kaya mo. Dapat ganun yung
yes, kaya
mindset,
mo.
right? So
True.
kaya mo, right? But it's not gonna be easy because of again all these and probably one of the things that I want to highlight as well because again as a mom, I have this internal battle palagi like if I do things at work and I do more work tapos I feel like I'm sacrificing time for my kids. I feel like I'm a
Mm,
bad woman. I'm a bad
mm,
mother. Alam mo yun, lagi siyang may ganong, lagi magfe-feed sa'yo.
yeah.
So, no girlfriends na, it's a challenge, yes. So, you just need to find ways to, to work around it, make it work. If your family is important to you and this other things are important to you as well, make it work.
Mm,
Diba? You just need
true.
to work things out.
Yep. Tama yun. Never question your worth. Diba? It's just
Oo.
always have to work things around talaga. Totoo yan. Yeah.
Correct, correct. I also want to say hi to Anne. Anne is watching.
Hi,
Anners,
Anne!
hello.
Our friend
Fides.
from university and college. Yes. Hello,
Yes. Hi,
Anne.
Anners.
Hope you're
There.
safe and well.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes, yes. And also, yeah, my sister as well is watching. Hi,
Si
Mama Anne.
Anne. Hi, Anne.
Mga family natin, mga ano, mga
Yes.
supporters.
True.
Okay.
Again,
So,
girlfriends, just
mhm,
drop in all your questions if you have questions, right? For
mhm,
us, please do not hesitate to ask us
correct,
and
correct,
leave a message down there. Yeah.
correct.
And
All
so, yeah,
right. So
Marby.
why don't we while we're waiting if our girlfriends who are watching right now if they have questions while we're waiting for those we're going to answer two questions. See the two of us first will answer those two questions that we have prepared. Syempre
Yeah.
we've heard it from our guests right from the beginning of the month. So this time it's time for us I guess to share our own naman answer. Okay,
Mhm.
to two of these questions. All right. So I'll ask the first question, Geek. Siguro let's start with we have been talking about, being unstoppable, right? And we've heard it from our guests. But for you, Ayik, and then later on I will answer that as well.
Sure.
For you, fill in the blanks. Well, fill in the blanks.
Ah,
Sorry.
feeling Oh my
Complete the
gosh!
statement.
Complete the
Parang
statement. Ah,
test, parang
sige.
test, no?
Oo nga.
Fill in the blanks.
Ano ba to? Miss Grand International question ba to? Ay, congratulations to ano pala,
Oh
Samantha
yeah, should
Bernard
celebrate.
for winning first runner-up po, di ba?
'Di ba? Kababaeng tao,
Kababaeng
ginalingan.
taong ginalingan. Very famous
Correct.
ang kanyang walk, I believe,
Exactly.
di ba? Oh.
All right. So the statement, Aik, that you need to complete,
Mhm.
that we need to complete is I'm unstoppable because
Yeah. I'm unstoppable for me. Siguro, I would have to summarize unstoppable in one word is I'm unstoppable. Probably same with AC. I'm unstoppable with my faith. Really. I'm that really got me. Why? It's because with God, anything is possible. I can do everything. Alam mo yun,
agree.
for me, it's when you have if the things that you do and the things that you value is actually rooted on your faith, everything follows. You know, excellence will follow. My passion will follow and flourish
Mhm.
if I have faith. My grit and my courage, will be
Right.
empowered if I'm unstoppable with my faith. And
Agree.
so, yeah, for me, really, I'm trying to find a word, but nothing beats, really having a great kind of faith. How about you, Marbs?
Right? Totally agree with that, Yi. Parang wala nang magbe-beat doon, right? That's the only way
True.
you could be unstoppable.
Yeah.
Pero aside from that, kasi ayoko na sagot mo na 'yon. Walang ano na, walang copy paste. So for me naman, of course, yeah, my faith, my family's faith, our faith to God. But aside from that, I think I'm unstoppable because of my support system. Right? I couldn't, I always everything that everything that I accomplish, everything that I do, I feel like I'm able to do it because of the people around me who's in the background sacrificing as well,
Oh.
understanding the things that I couldn't do, allowing me to do things that I love, because they love me as well, right?
Mm.
For example, my husband, he's very understanding. He knows that I have so many dreams, I have so many passion, I'm passionate about the things that I do. So,
Agree.
'di ba? In the household, 'di ba, ang usual setup is the mom will make linis all the things, 'di ba? Or will do all of
Yeah.
the household chores. But I remember nga, this there we had this yung one of my I think it was it Aya or Kira, basta one of my kids had an assignment. So the
Mhm.
assignment was dapat i-check mo kung pang nanay or pang tatay yung activity. So the activity I think was cooking. And
Mhm.
then the one cooking was male, parang tatay. So
Oh.
so my daughter said, that's correct because my his dad cooks at home, 'di
Mhm.
ba? But then apparently mali siya for the teacher. So he was
Okay.
na mali siya. So meaning, the what the teacher was teaching them was kailangan ang mommy ang nagluluto. Pero syempre, yun nga, sa household, they see that, my
Yeah.
my husband does this,
Also
I would
cooks.
do.
True.
Exactly, right? So, napaka-important ng the support. I think it's really the support that I'm getting from my family, from my husband, from my kids, from my parents, and also my sisters, my in-laws. Lalo na yung when we have challenges with childcare, we could
Mhm.
leave them with my parents or my in-laws,
Tama.
and that's the only way I could do the things that I love, and my husband as well. So I'm stoppable because there are people supporting me. I think
Oh.
that's how I'd state it.
I super agree with you, Mars. Thank you for that.
Mm-mm.
And because when you have your support system, it's actually as if like you are finding God's presence in your support
Yeah.
system, in the people that you have here on earth, right? If these people makes you a better person, right, or makes the best version of you, as what we always say here in growth and wellness page, it's really important for you to have these people around you who keeps on inspiring you. So yeah,
Yeah, yeah. But I think ang
unstoppable.
critical, correct, I'm unstoppable. And I actually want to say we're unstoppable, right? Because it's
We
not just
are.
me, we are.
True.
Your family should be unstoppable. Whatever
Agree.
aspirations you have, for your family.
Mm-hmm.
And but I think it's not a default, so that's what I want to share with, with our conference. Kailangan pag-uusapan siya eh,
Mm-hmm.
like, right, like with your partner, mga boyfriend, girlfriend, or your spouse. You have to express it. Minsan we take it
Communicate.
negative. You have to
Yeah.
communicate, tama. Minsan we think na dapat intindihin niya ako kasi 'di ba, ito yung nga yung mga gusto ko. I'm this
Yeah.
is my passion. Pero at the end of the day, sabi minsan nagkakaroon ng um
Conflict.
conflict,
Friction.
right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so you have to talk about it. Sometimes it's going to be a difficult conversation, conference, but you have to talk about it.
Exactly. Exactly. And again, I cannot, like, said it like probably more than being intentional If you
Mm-hmm.
really want to be unstoppable, you have to be intentional with the things that you want to do, or
Yes.
aspire to do with the people around you, because they could hinder you being unstoppable, right? So it's
Yeah,
very
that's
important.
true.
It's very important for you to communicate. Yeah.
Exactly. Okay. One more question, Ayik, that we have to answer
Mm-hmm.
as well. Same with our girlfriends who we invited.
Mm.
Siguro it's also our opportunity to share what's our unstoppable moment. Ikaw, Ayik, ano yung moment in your life or a stage in your life when you could say that I'm really unstoppable?
Back then, when I was in the UAE, so I guess as I actually started, as you know, both of us, me and Marby, are nurses by profession, but we've come different, separate ways from being a nurse. We are into the training world, and I am a wellness fitness trainer. And I reached to a point where I was really unstoppable. I was working like 15 to 16 hours per day, staying in the gym from 6 a.m. until 10 p.m. So, yeah, why? It's because I know that physically, I can only have as much physical strength, at that time being. Hindi lahat tayo nabibigyan ng pagkakataon na maging strong or physically able
Yeah,
when as we age, di ba? And
exactly.
so for me, it's very important for us to maximize our strength, our capabilities, our capacities on a certain age, di ba? So when you are and you're hindi na natin sasabihin gano'n na tayo katanda, Marvin.
Okay,
If
age is
you're,
just a number.
age is just a number, true. But
Mm-mm.
then, when we are, of course, on our 20s, diba? On our 20s, diba? Yan yung peak kasi ng physical strength mo eh. And so, I can really say that I am unstoppable. And I'm also a person who doesn't say no. If I think that the opportunity is right, I would always say yes. It's a go for me. I would always try this. So when
Yeah,
I was given an opportunity from being a trainer to do leadership or being a leader, I said yes right away. So I had a couple of trainings, and of course, again, same as what Goffrey and Gail had, I had to study, do the necessary certifications and trainings in order for me to achieve um, what I had accomplished, right? So yeah,
yeah,
I think that was the peak of my moment when I was really unstoppable. So
right.
yeah. How
I'm
about you?
curious. I'm curious.
Mm-hmm.
Yeek.
Yes.
Do you consider yourself risk taker? Because I'm thinking, kailangan ba risk taker ka to say that you are unstoppable? Do you consider yourself a risk taker?
Well, I am naturally a risk taker. I would jump off a cliff for bungee
Oh
jumping.
yeah, I
kung
remember that.
ganong,
My
kung ganong
gosh,
level, kung ganong level of risk
extreme.
taking. Yes, I love extremes. I don't know. I love that such adrenaline rush in my body whenever I do stuff like that. Uh, so even when I'm driving, so yeah, mga ganyang stuff. But risk taking for you to be unstoppable, yes, definitely. Kasi how can you say yes to other people if you cannot say yes to yourself, 'di ba? You have to
I
say
like
yes
that.
first
Mm-mm.
to yourself. Na
Ikaw
yes, I
muna,
can do
no?
it. Yep.
Yeah.
Because you can, if you would not initially believe na kaya mo, then how can you make them believe that you are able to do or
How can
perform
you?
such task or
Oh,
responsibility being given to you, diba? And
how can
so
other people trust you or believe na kaya
exactly.
mo kung ikaw
Exactly.
mismo you couldn't, believe in yourself?
Exactly. Yeah. And so I think, risk taking is also needed, at the right at the right point, or probably readiness. 'Di ba? Kaya nga yun it's important for you to have that check. Not just a mind check but a heart check, if you're really prepared and ready for such unstoppable journey that you are about to have. So yeah.
Yeah,
Ikaw,
that's true.
Marbs.
I agree. I agree. Kailangan there's a certain degree that you wanna take risks, because when you're not taking risks, you're always in your comfort zone, 'di ba?
Oh,
'Di ba?
yeah.
So and there's no much room for growth within that zone. So you really need to kahit paunti-unti.
True.
Paunti-unti, 'di ba? Ang pag-step outside the comfort zone, and you really try to gain that confidence, you know. And
Exactly.
that's the only way that will take you to that journey of being unstoppable.
At saka, add ko lang more, no? And that's what we
Mm.
always hear from people growing old without, growing old having regrets. Kasi 'di ba, they would always tell that to themselves,
Yeah.
sana pala I said yes to this, sana pala I did this, ganyan. Because that risk that they knew they they can do it, the opportunity was there and they did not believe in themselves. Yun yung may iwasan natin. It's really more of anyway, avoiding regrets in the future, 'di ba?
Yeah.
So,
Yeah. Sabi nga nila, you only live once, 'di ba?
yes,
Find those
YOLO.
things that will bring you joy, 'di ba?
Exactly. Tama ka. Hmm.
Yeah. Okay, so for me naman, can you hear me?
Yeah, yeah, I do. Hmm.
Okay, I'm seeing my internet is unstable.
Oh
Okay.
no.
So for me naman, okay naman so far. So for me, my unstoppable moment. Again, I'm I'm considering it as I'm taking it as I'm unstoppable because I'm the primary person involved in that. But again, I want to quote it as we're unstoppable as well. But kind of similar to Ayik's story, but in 2018 I left so I could study and take my masters in Australia. And during that time, my kids are still young pa eh. So I think mga 11 yung eldest ko, my second child
Second
was
son.
six, six ba? Six?
Mm.
And then five talagang na-lost na sa mga age. My God. Okay. So, I consider it as a moment of being unstoppable because if you think about it, and I've heard this a lot, every time that I tell my story na I left, my three kids, me and my husband, pareho kaming umalis. We left the kids. And whenever I share that with other people, I often get the look, okay, the judging look na, talaga,
Oh,
iniwan mo yung mga anak
iniwan
mo,
mo.
right? I always get that. And looking back, I remember, the day when I left my kids. My gosh, ano ba yan? Baka maiyak ako.
Oh. We've never talked about it, girlfriends. This is a first of Marby
Oo,
revealing
correct,
this.
correct. Oh my gosh. Okay, so it was difficult, but when my husband and I made that decision, we knew that it was a decision that's gonna do things that are good for our family. God, ano ba yan?
Mhm.
Okay.
It's okay, Marby.
My
It's
gosh.
okay. It's
Okay.
okay.
Okay, my gosh, ano ba yan, Ai?
Oh, it's alright.
Okay.
Go
Yeah,
ahead,
that's so
Marbs.
because it was really difficult, right? And again, when I look back, and minsan nga pag nag-usap kami ni Pat, no, my husband, sometimes we'd ask if we had to make that decision again. We're not sure if we're gonna make the same decision because it was really, really, really tough. Yeah. So, but we did it, right? We were unstoppable. And again, I wouldn't say unstoppable because it wasn't just me, but also my husband and my entire family. My God, ay, ano ba yan?
Oh.
Moment. Moment.
Oh, it's
My
totally
gosh,
okay.
girlfriends.
Girlfriends, this is how spontaneous and unfiltered growth and wellness page is.
Yeah.
Okay. So
Okay.
yeah, we are showing our vulnerability to everyone. And I hope that it's okay with you guys. Yeah. Go ahead, Marbs.
Okay, so here's ayan, binigyan na ako ng tissue ng aking hubby. Sabi niya,
Oh,
my gosh, ano ka ba? Bakit mo
hugs
ko
to
nakwento
Marby.
yan? No, but but really, I just wanted to share that story. Kasi nga, I often get that whenever, syempre I'm proud that, I always share that I'm proud that I was able to study in another country. It was a
Mm.
scholarship. So who wouldn't want
Say
to
no, yeah.
avail,
Do it.
'di ba? Parang take
True.
advantage of it. You're gonna study in a different country. You're gonna take your postgraduate. You don't have to worry about anything. Mag-aaral ka lang, right? So it was an opportunity that you should you it's so difficult to miss.
Yeah.
But again, it was a big sacrifice for me, my husband, my entire family. Kasi the three
Agree.
kids had to be taken care of, 'di ba?
Mm-hmm.
Wala silang parents. But we did it. So I think that was an unstoppable moment, not just for me, but the entire family.
True. And you wouldn't have done it without them,
Yeah,
right?
correct.
Agree.
And yeah, I think
Agree.
that's one of what I want to highlight here, Yik, na um you really couldn't do it without other people,
Yeah.
you know.
True.
You could be good at something, you could be very excellent, you could
Yep.
be highly skilled or highly passionate, but it's not gonna work if it's just you. You
True.
need that strong support system. You need to have those people who are really cheering you on,
Oh
'di ba?
yes.
Yung kahit hindi sila nasa ang tawag diyan. Ano ba 'yun? Hindi sila yung nasa front. What do you call that? But yun, you just
Yeah.
people behind you who's
Oh,
nasa backstage.
behind and beside you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. There. My
Agree.
God.
Agree.
Okay. Ikaw naman magkwento, Ayik. Mag-try. Nahiya. My
It's
gosh.
totally fine. No, I agree with you. Kasi, di ba, whenever, again, being hashtag unstoppable is not easy, girlfriends. Okay, you will have a lot of those moments where you will, you know, try to ask and question yourself. Tama ba itong ginagawa ko? Should I pursue this still? Alam mo yun, what is my purpose of actually doing
Yeah.
this? But then if you will have people around you who will constantly lift you up on those times, you would want to give up probably. That's why Marby is right that you cannot do it alone. And she has that, a story, a proof that, with your family having um, with you, around you, you can be unstoppable. So,
Correct. So
true.
it's really a
Have
story of sacrifices
Oh
and
yes,
yung pagiging unstoppable, it's a story of perseverance, story of sacrifices.
sacrifices a lot.
Sometimes
Yeah.
kasi people think of it as being unstoppable is just a story of success,
Mm-hmm.
'di ba? Parang
Yeah.
winning story, but
Yeah.
underneath those are sacrifices, failures, failures
Yeah, a
din, 'di
lot
ba?
of failures, true.
Mm-mm.
Exactly. I remember it, telling it to Gail, diba? It's ano din, it's a combination of like, failures and judgments, diba? And rejections from
Correct.
other people. So yeah. Let's have, let's try to answer the question of Anne right here.
Oh yeah, yeah, okay.
She asked us, sorry,
Anne
a
is my
question.
sister.
Yeah. Hello,
Mm.
Anne Lee. So I don't know, how can we
So the question
reflash the
is,
question? I cannot see the comment section. It's gone. But I remembered her asking like, how do we manage our time from being a wife or a mother to being a career woman? And Marby.
go Ai, ikaw muna, baka maiyak na
Ah,
naman
sige.
ako. And
Kasi
then joke lang po.
very personal lang ano, no? Kasi it's Marvy's sister. But then like for me as a wife, wala pa kaming baby ni RA. So as a wife to a career woman, again, intentionality on what you want to accomplish. And it's also good that I know multitasking is not for everyone. I totally agree with this because I am a person, medyo OC kasi ako eh. So yun yung weakness ko. So I tend to be good at something if I work uh, one task at a time. So that's
Yeah.
what I've learned in managing and juggling things and being a full-time wife and also a career woman. So again, you in managing your time and juggling all your responsibilities, you have to be intentional. If one task at a time works for you, well, that could work. And but then if you're really good at multitasking, then go ahead, do everything all at
Yeah.
once. And again, practicality, siguro, whatever will work at a certain time. If you're
Mhm.
gonna have like hitting like two birds in one stone, why not? Like for example, us, me and Ra, we try to help each other on some stuff. Like for example, in the
Yeah, my
morning,
gosh, RA.
yeah. Sobrang
Super
support system,
supportive. Hello,
sobrang support
girlfriend RA.
naman talaga.
Grabe. Wala akong
Ac-
masabi dyan.
RA is just one individual, but he's actually a system for me. He creates a system for me, everything. So, shout out to my husband.
Hi,
Hello.
RA. Shout out sa ating mga husband. Hello sa kay Pat. Hello. Oh my gosh.
Amen. Amen.
And
And
RA,
so,
yes.
yeah,
You celebrate your husband's girlfriends.
true. Like me and RA have this system of giving out or submitting our calendars for the day.
Mm-hmm.
So I will do recheck, update my calendars, and then I'm gonna send it to him, and then he'll do it as well to me. And so from the morning, the moment we wake up at 5:45, and then by 6 a.m., we will do two things. We will listen. We have this group wherein we do prayer and devotion daily at 6 a.m. But at the same time, while we are listening and doing our prayer and devotion, we do an outdoor run and do some exercises. And so these things, we are actually working on
One day I'll
physical.
join you.
Yeah! Pag wala ng ECQ, join us here,
Pag wala
Rab.
ng ECQ.
Yeah. So we are actually doing our physical and spiritual nourishment, but at the same time we spend quality time together. So it's actually three things in one time, right? So we do this from 6 until 7:30 before we even start our day, our own days. He will have his own separate stuff at work, and then I'll do mine as well. But then the first 2 hours of our day, all the way hanggang breakfast, it's actually us doing these things together. And so yun, for me, it works. Again, going back to communication, you have to communicate with the people that you are with at home, kasi you spend most of the time with them. Ayan. I just want to shout out to our tita. She's actually the aunt of RA, Tita Weng Manalastas, and she said that we are unstoppable because we are God's masterpiece. Amen. Thank you po, Tita Weng, for
Wow,
reminding
Tita
us with that.
Weng. Thank you, Tita Weng. That's, yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
Beautiful message.
How about you, Marbs?
Okay. Very,
To, ano
very
ba yun?
systematic
Finish this
kayo
up.
ni
Yeah.
Ayi.
Ni RA.
Yeah, very
Yeah.
systematic kayo ni RA. For me naman, ano nga ba ulit yung question? How do you manage your
Manage.
time from being a wife or mother to being a career woman? It's not for us, or at least for me, we're not as systematic as that. Kila Ai, but we have this schedule that my
Mm-hmm.
kids always check on a daily basis. At
Nice.
specific time, what they should be doing. Dapat nag-aaral na sila, dapat nakaligo na sila, dapat
Wow.
nakapag-merienda na sila. Even the merienda should
Nice.
be in the schedule. So it's
Exciting time
correct.
yun yung mga ganun.
Of course.
Merienda.
Kailangan na pati yung merienda naka-block sa schedule.
Oh,
Uh,
yes.
so those little things. So we have this, this entire hours in a day, and then we just have certain activities. Sometimes we follow it, sometimes we don't. But I guess at the end of the day, those key activities you should be able to accomplish. I remember we had this super big challenge where Because in school sometimes nagpa-pile up yung mga activities. So there was a time na nagka-backlog kami on school activities. So we said, this shouldn't happen again. So that's what we did. We made sure that there's an allocated time for all activities. Because I think that's it sounds very simple, pero putting a system like what you said, Ayik, is really gonna help you.
Mm.
'Di ba? Pag walang schedule, walang allocated time for an activity or a certain thing that you need to do, um
You'll have a mind
mahirap.
clutter
It's
kasi.
chaos.
Yeah,
It's going
chaos.
to be chaos, and you feel like
True.
ano nga bang kailangan gawin, right? But if you have it in your calendar ganyan, then medyo mas guided ka.
Yes.
Okay? And find time for the things that really matter to you.
True.
And if you're a career woman, napakahirap. Super
Yeah.
super super difficult. So
And remember,
you need that support.
yeah. Remember, Marby, yung ating prioritization. Remember the whirlwinds,
Yes.
diba? You have
Yes,
to
the
avoid,
whirlwinds.
we have to avoid those that, hinder us from actually moving forward or going through our day, diba? So yeah,
Mm-hmm.
prioritization is also a key.
Exactly. Yeah, the Eisenhower matrix, identify the
Yes,
things that are urgent, that are
urgent.
important, not urgent but important, important but not urgent, right? Those
Yes,
things that are important
yes,
and urgent,
yeah,
dapat pinaprioritize.
tama, tama. So yeah. Oh my,
All right.
it's almost an hour again with you, go friends. Nag-enjoy na
Thank you,
naman kami
girlfriends.
ni Marby with this Ask Ayiek and Marby live. Thank you for sticking
Right.
with us. Yeah.
Thank you, girlfriends. And yeah, this is the final episode for the I'm Unstoppable series. Next month, we're going to prepare something very exciting for you
True.
again.
And just like that, the first quarter of 2021 is done, Marby.
Ang bilis, grabe.
Oh my.
Tapos we're back pa sa ECQ. Parang feeling mo tuloy
Oh,
nag-repeat yun.
true.
Yeah.
Actually, RA have shared during his birthday thank you slash FB life movement na we were, affected by COVID, but, praise God that we were able to surpass the
Yeah.
symptoms.
Thank you,
And here we
God.
are
Oo.
alive and kicking. But
Yeah.
then I was just reflecting it because it was Monday, 2 weeks ago. It was Monday when we had to quarantine ourselves. And then exactly after 2 weeks, when our president announced that it was exactly Monday again that we're gonna
No.
have this
So your quarantine
ECQ
is
for like
extended pa?
it's a third week. Yes, it's like an extension. And then I don't know. I've heard from a couple of people, like relatives and friends, that it will be extended for another week until the 15th of April. And so yeah, but you just have to trust the Lord in everything that is really
Agree.
happening right now. That's all we need. And so yeah, tama si Marby, we are really praying and hoping that everybody is safe, and the only way to be safe is at home and don't go out, not unless it's
Yeah.
really essential and
Important or
necessary.
yeah.
Yeah. So yeah.
All right. Thank you, girlfriend, for sticking with us. Catch our previous episodes. They're on Anchor, Spotify, YouTube,
And YouTube.
and
Yep.
yeah, YouTube. Okay. And again, just send us messages if you want to continue the conversation. And we'll see you next week.
Yes.
Yay! Excited for April. Thank
Me
you,
too.
girlfriends.
So what are we cooking for?
Girlfriends is available on Anchor and YouTube.
You may also find us on our Facebook page. Just search Growth and Wellness so we can continue our conversation together with our fellow Go Friends.
Also, if you wish to collaborate with us, just drop us an email at gofriends@gmail.com.
Do you like this podcast? Please give us a feedback and share this with your friends and loved ones.
See you soon, girlfriends!